Welcome to a video all about my minimalist wardrobe formula. Most things in my wardrobe follow strict criteria. That's how I at least keep a pretty minimal wardrobe, and that's exactly what I want to explain to you all today. So let's go category by category and fill up my wardrobe behind me. Step one is dresses. So I'm starting off with my favorite pieces to wear and a wild card. This category has no considerations, literally none. They're not for any specific occasion nor time of year. They all don't have the same fit and they're a variety of colors. Now with that being said, I'm a minimalist through and through, so I do try to keep this very intentional, but I could have anywhere from around 5 to 15 dresses and that feels fairly comfortable for me. Currently I have 8, yes 8, I know you see 6 here, but I actually gave 2 to a friend, my bright colorful dresses, but she's just so bright and fun and colorful, so I lent those to her for her vacation, and this one is actually one of hers. We're doing a bit of a swap, so don't let this fool you. It's actually a fairly colorful collection of mine, and I have a few more dresses than you see here. All right, so that's a wild card section out of the way. Now let's get to something that's meat and potatoes, sleeveless tops. Okay, I have 6 sleeveless tops and a lot of consideration went into these garments. And let's start with the biggest factor, occasion. I have tops in here for dressed up, every day, and dressed down. So let me show you first dressed up and I'll explain a few additional considerations. So, looking worse for wear, but these are my 2 dressed up sleeveless tops. So in the dressed up category for tops, I like them to be cropped, not super cropped, but a little bit higher up. That's just my personal preference. And the fit is very important as well. I like a tight fit to the body. And as you can see, the final consideration is color. I have the exact same garment in both light and dark. Let's move now to everyday. Okay, I have 2 everyday sleeveless tops, and these ones are just a regular length. They would sit right at my hip. Not short, not long. They also are a regular fit. They're not too close to the body, but they're not flowy and too far away. And again, with color, I have 1 in light and 1 in dark, and those are my considerations for everyday. Okay, and now we are on the dressed down category, which also incorporates sports for me. If I'm doing anything active, the dressed down category also has to suit those needs. So that's why these ones are a little bit more like active wear. And then the next consideration, again, the length. And these ones are quite long, as you can see, and fit. As I'm sure you can tell, these are nice and wide. They are flowy, far away from the body. And then color, I sound like a broken record, but I have 1 in light and 1 in dark. So that is actually my entire sleeveless top category. So let's move on now to my next top category, which is t-shirts. All right, here are my 6 short sleeve shirts. And my friends, the strategy is the exact same, but I'm gonna go over it super briefly again. So here is dressed up. They are cropped tight to the body, 1 in light, 1 in dark. Here is everyday, regular length, regular fit, 1 in light, 1 in dark. Here is dressed down, long line, flowy fit, light and dark. Let's go now to long sleeve tops. I have chosen sweaters. Okay, here are the 6 long sleeve tops that I own. I used to have 6 long sleeve shirts and then 6 sweaters. I found that I was not wearing the long sleeve shirts enough to necessitate an entire category for them, so I completely axed it. I do things like this all the time. I constantly, revamp my system and what works for me. So currently we go right from short sleeve tops to sweaters. So again, same considerations, but I'm gonna go over things really briefly. So we have dressed up. Here are my dressed up sweaters. They are cropped, they are close to the body in light and dark. Here are my everyday sweaters, everyday length, everyday fit in light and dark. Dressed down sweaters, long line, wide fit, light and dark. And my friends, that is it for my tops. But I typically organize solely by color, so let me just change this up a little bit and then we'll head to the next category. Okay, so moving now from the hanging section, let's head to folded. And we are now in the bottoms category. Let's start first with shorts. Okay, so I have 4 pairs of shorts here. And let's start with occasion number 1, dressed up. So I have 2 pairs of dressy shorts. And when it comes to my shorts, I'm really considering what season I would be wearing these in. So these are definitely a summer garment for me. They are also wide and flowy. So they are not close to the body whatsoever. And I have one in light and dark. So things are going to start to gel together now because I can actually explain some of my outfits. So as you could see with my dressy tops, they were tight to the body, and with my dressy bottoms, they are flowy, they're wider. That is because proportionally for me, it's just so easy if I have something in opposing proportions or everything is just regular. So in the dressed up category, my preference by and large is to have a tighter top and flowier bottoms. That just lends itself well to dressy occasions for me. That's my preference. So that is why I have flowy bottoms, and in this case, shorts. So these are my 2 dressed up shorts. Next up is everyday. Of course, again, these are shorts, so we're wearing them in summer. They are just a regular fit. They're not too tight to the body, not too flowy, and I only have them in a dark color. So again, we're starting to peel back some layers of the onion. I am explaining a little bit more about my thought process behind this specific formula. And when it comes to my everyday bottoms, just in general, not even shorts, I don't need them in both light and dark. I find the variance in the top enough for me personally that I can get away with just one dark pair. And typically, if I only have one of something, whether that be sunglasses, a purse, a backpack, I just gravitate towards black. I also just don't care as much about having more variety when it comes to everyday and dressed down. I care about that for dressed up actually very much. If I want to have a white on white outfit, like something all light tone, I want to have that option, or like a light bottom and a dark top. But again, when it comes to everyday and dressed down, don't really care that much. And for me personally, it's excessive. So 1 pair of dark everyday bottoms, and then next, I'm doing a really nice job at folding these. And then next up is my dressed down shorts. Again, we're wearing these in summer. They are short, and as you can see, they are tight. They are very, very tight to the body. Again, let's go back to the proportions with the top. So with all of my dressed down tops here, they were all quite flowy, far away from the body and very long. These are very tight. So proportionally, it's loose on top, tight on the bottom. And when I do have very tight bottoms, I want the line of the top, I want the length to be long to give me extra coverage. That just personally makes me feel more comfortable, and that is the proportions that work well for me. And as I'm sure you can guess, definitely just black is perfect for me in the dress down category for these shorts. So let's move on next to capris. Yes, you heard me right. I own capris. Okay, we're doing some really, really fantastic folding here. I'll make it look pretty after. So without further ado, let's head to capris. I have, shocker, 4 capris, same system. So we have my 2 dressed up capris. Here they are. And we are wearing capris in 2 different seasons, in summer and in fall. And the actual length of these ones is very important. I want these to feel significantly different from both my pant and my short. So I actually want these capris to stop right below the knee, like right below the knee. So they're actually like fully a capri. I know people don't like capris, but I do. And these 2 are my dressed up version. And of course, in this category, I have them in both light and dark because, as I previously mentioned, that's important for me when I'm in a dressed up scenario to have a bit of variety. Okay, my everyday capri. So again, we are wearing these like in the transition seasons, whether that be spring or fall. And again, same thing for the length. I want them to hit just below the knee. And for everyday, we have an everyday fit. Like they're not too wide from the body, they're not too tight. And similar to my short category, I find that I can get away with just black, just a dark color. So those are only the 1 pair I have for everyday. And then for dressed down, okay, same system. So I have a capri. I wear them typically in the fall, in the spring. They hit just below the knee. These ones are dressed down, so they are very, very tight to the body. And in the dress down category, I can get away with just black. So let's head to my pants next, where there's nothing new, but I'm gonna explain everything really quickly one more time. Okay, 4 pairs of pants here. And as I'm sure you have caught on by now, I have 2 dressed up pairs of pants. And of course, these are long. They are full pants. So I wear these ones typically specifically in the winter. And just a small tangent here, I'm Canadian, and back home we have very fluctuating temperatures. So I'm a big proponent of keeping all of your wardrobe out. I know that capsule wardrobes are very trendy, and if you love that, seriously, I love that for you. Genuinely, I'm not judging you. But what works for me is having every single one of my clothing items out, because when I say that I wear these in winter, that is true, but I also might need to wear them in summer because our temperature just fluctuates so much. So I personally need all of my clothing items out on display. So anyways, tangent over, let's chat about the fit. They are wide, as you can tell with my dressed up category. I like everything wide. And again, that is to do with the proportions of my dressed up tops, which are tight to the body. So those are my two dressed up pairs of pants. Oh, and in both light and dark, because I like that option for a fancy occasion. And then I have my everyday pants. These ones, again, at least for a category, we're putting it in winter. And the fit is just a regular fit, not too tight, not too flowy, and like I said, I can get away with just black. And then in my dressed down category, similar thing, I have a pair of pants that again are meant to be worn in winter. They are very tight to the body, and I only need them in black. And that is actually it for my pant category, and that's it for the bottoms. Like, I have my shorts, my capris, and my pants for all different occasions and all different seasons. Let me just make them look a little bit nicer, organize them properly, and then we'll get to the next category. All right, not folded the absolute best, but here we go. Let's head next to my matching sets. I call these my wardrobe extenders, and I can't wait to chat about them. Okay, so here are 3 additional sets that I have in my wardrobe. These are the key. These are the special sauce to making a admittedly extremely boring wardrobe a little bit more intriguing. And these ones are all about occasions. I have one dressed up, one every day, and one dressed down. So let me first grab the dressed up, and I will talk about some additional considerations. So my friends, this is my suit. This is my 2-piece little suit, and it is dressed up. If I want to look fancy, I'm gonna put on this suit. Okay, now let's talk about like the length and what season I would wear this in. I'm currently in Mexico, but hometown is Canada, and more often than not, it is cooler as opposed to warmer. So for the, garments themselves, all 6 of these, I decided to go full length on the pant and the top. Another note about length, specifically for the top, is it's actually quite a long line. If I had to choose between cropped regular and long line, I would go long line, especially for the nature of what I'm trying to do with these, wardrobe extenders in the top category. I want these to be layerable. And then when it comes to the fit, I want to do something a little bit different than my other tops and bottoms. I decided to keep the entire dress down category tight to the body. So this blazer is a little tighter to the body, and so are these pants. And then the color was also an extraordinarily large consideration for these wardrobe extenders, for these sets. I wanted to pick colors that were not just cream and black, that were very neutral and could still blend with the rest of my wardrobe, but had a little bit of difference. So I went with this like warm gray shade. Again, I know it's not that exciting, but it does add a bit of variance when you put it with one of these pieces. And that's another thing. I could go on 17,000 tangents about these wardrobe extenders, but I'm gonna try to keep it simple. But by and large, these just extend the life of every other piece I have, because I can toss on this blazer with a pair of pants that I already own. I can toss on these pants with a, top that I already have and create a completely different look, or I can wear them together and have a monochromatic look, which I really, really enjoy. So really extends the life of my wardrobe, and I can play around a lot more with the pieces that I already have without just being like an all black look, an all white look, light and darker, dark and light. So that is my dressed up set. Let's move now to every day. Okay, every day I have my Canadian tuxedo. And these ones again are full length garments. Like I mentioned, a long line on the top. This one can be worn layered on top of some other tops in my wardrobe, or it can be worn itself. And the fit for these ones is every day. So these are not super wide on me, nor are they super skin tight. Same thing with the top. That is what I prefer for every day. Not too tight, not too loose. And I'm sure you can tell this is denim. So it is a bluish color. I did want to have a few denim items in my collection, but I do not tend to gravitate too much towards denim. I find it very uncomfortable. Not to get into another saga, but I used to have really like awful stomach issues, and denim and me were not friends. I have a better relationship with denim now because I do not have those same issues, but still not like my most comfiest thing. Like I wouldn't wear jeans every single day, I don't think. So I'm totally fine with having one pair of jeans. Now this top on the other hand, this top I actually think I get more use out of than the jeans, but anyways, I digress. I can wear them paired with other things in my closet. I can wear them together. Do I wear a Canadian tuxedo together that often? No, not intentionally. Accidentally, yes. If I am wearing this and maybe just like a t-shirt or something and it gets cold, absolutely I'm gonna pop this on top and not think twice about it. So that is my everyday spiel for this wardrobe extender, and let's move on now to dress down. Okay, here is my little cute dressed down set. Again, we've discussed this. These are like full length garment, full pair of pants, and a full shirt down to my wrist. And the top again is meant to be quite a long line. It's actually not quite as long as I would like. I made many mistakes purchasing these two items, but anyways, that's for a whole other video. Not quite as long as I would like, not quite as much coverage, but still longer than a regular fit. And then speaking of fit, these ones are wide. They are, you know, a wide leg flowy pant and a very flowy top as well. And these just lend itself so well to a dressed down occasion. All my other dressed down items are good for going to the gym or for just like heading over to a friend's quickly, or, you know, like I have plenty more than just heading to the gym for a dressed down scenario, you know, walking out my complex, all that sort of thing. But these ones are obviously not meant for going to the gym. So I wanted to do something different, like different with the material and the look and the vibe. And this set is really quite a divergence from the rest of my dress down looks in my wardrobe. And it also is a significantly different color. Now I wanted a brownie tone because I love brown. Like the three, you know, gray, blue, and brown. I knew that those were the three like colors or shades that I wanted to incorporate, you know, with these wardrobe extenders. I feel like I kind of made a mistake on this color, but anyways, that's also for another video. But I did hit the like mid-tone right. I didn't want it to be a super dark brown where it couldn't go with both the light and dark in my wardrobe because, of course, like I've mentioned 10 times, yes, I do wear these together, but I also wear just the pants with, you know, one of these tops that I have, or the top with a pair of pants that I own. So I wanted to make sure that it was like a mid-tone brown neutral color that was going to go with the rest of my wardrobe. And, you know, at least in that respect, I do think that I got that right. So that is it, my friends. Those are my dress down sets. Let me do some quick folding and I'll get on to the next category. All right, friends, next category is lounge sets. So I personally find that I do not need much loungewear. I only have 4 items to talk about here and only a few considerations. So let's head first to the first set, which is my summer lounge set. So during the summer, or really just when it's hot, that's probably a better way to describe it, I am going to go for a length that is, you know, a short sleeve shirt with a short. The fit is also just regular. These aren't too wide nor too close to the body, and the color is light. Sometimes when it comes to summer items, especially in like my shoes, for instance, if it's like a specifically summer item, I will go light with it instead of light and dark or just dark. So I have decided to go with white for my summer lounge set. Let's head to the next set. Okay, so this is my winter, or again, better way to say it is cold weather lounge set. And of course, these ones are full length pants and a full sweater. They're a nice thick material. They're also just a regular fit. Not too far away from the body, not too close, and they are dark. So these are my 2 lounge sets. And as you can tell, I have a lot less considerations. You know, I just don't have as many as some of the other categories, and that's because I don't really care that much what I look like when I am lounging around. I don't need many options. I don't have many considerations. Really, the only consideration, the only true consideration here is how warm the garments are, how long they are. Am I wearing shorts? Am I wearing pants? Even the color, it's like, who really cares? It's not that big of a deal. I just find that if I stick to my basic colors, I'm a lot less likely to purchase a bunch more. Like if I had these all in fun colors, I don't know if I'm exposing myself too much, but if I had like a purple lounge set and then this one was like a green, I feel like I would be more susceptible to just continue to purchase more and more lounge sets to get like a nice rainbow color or something like that when I really only need the two. And sometimes just keeping them in their most basic colors and their most basic shades that I like, and you know, every time I put on, I'm happy with, that is what works for me. So those are my lounge sets. So my friends, I only have one category left. Let me go grab them. They're my pajamas. Okay, so, well, maybe I will put them up here. Okay, there we go. So let's start with my summer pajamas. Very similar criteria to these lounge sets right here, but they're just in pajama version. These actually all four were gifted to me, which I think was really sweet. So these are my summer pajamas. And again, all I'm really concerned about is the length. Like, when am I gonna be wearing these? And it is going to be when it's hot outside, which is why they're a short and shirt combo. So that is my summer set. And as you can tell, they're in a fun color. I didn't pick this color, but I absolutely love it. Love it so much. And it's nice to just, you know, have a pop of something different in your wardrobe. Same thing with these, my Christmas pajamas. Obviously these ones are meant to be worn in the wintertime or just in cold weather. And again, they are long line because they are meant for, you know, chillier days. I mean, they're fun. They're my Christmas set, but I don't have any rhyme or reason when it comes to color for this category. And again, I don't really see the need, at least for me, to have anything more beyond my summer, which is right here, and my winter. So my friends, with that last category, that actually rounds out my entire minimalist wardrobe. But I have so much more to say. Do not click off the video. I have so much more to say because there are so many small factors, not even small, large factors that glue this all together, that make this sustainable for me. And then I have a bunch of disclaimers at the end, because the last thing that I want you to think is that because this works for me, it has to work for you. No, no, no. So we'll get to the disclaimers at the very, very end, but let me just say some of the other major considerations that I have for my closet. My friends, it is many hours later. My son woke up from his nap, I had a meeting, but we're back to discuss the final considerations for my minimalist wardrobe. Okay, so a big thing, every category has to be able to work for its adjacent category. Let's talk about occasions. So if I am wearing my everyday outfit, that also has to work for both dressed down and dressed up. If I, sorry, that's just my son. If I am in a dressed down setting, I need to be totally fine wearing my everyday garments. So I select these pieces so carefully to be able to make sure that they can stretch beyond just their capacity. And he's going for the tripod. If you guys start shaking around, that's why. Okay, so different camera angle after that near incident. The tripod is up higher, but let's just press on with other overarching themes of my wardrobe. And next, let's talk about the actual meat and potatoes of my wardrobe, which are everything from here down. So my matching sets, my loungewear, all of my pants, and all of my tops, not including my dresses and my pajamas. Any of those items that I just mentioned, so everything except my pajamas and my dresses, if I lost it, would pretty much immediately go out and replace. I find I can't get away with much less, and those items total to 40 pieces. So I have a 40-piece meat and potatoes wardrobe. Even though some of my favorite things to wear are dresses, those definitely are additions to my wardrobe, not the foundation of what my minimalist wardrobe is built upon. And the next thing I want to talk about is stuff that I wear outside the house versus stuff that I wear inside the house. So these two items, my pajamas and my loungewear, those are inside the house, and everything else is meant to be worn outside the house. That's not how it works all the time, but by and large, that's how my wardrobe is structured. And that's why I have so few considerations for my pajamas and my loungewear, because they don't really have an occasion. The occasion is me sitting on my couch. So in total, whatever way you want to slice my wardrobe, whether it be what I wear inside and outside, or my meat and potatoes and the outliers, I usually have around 50 to 60 pieces. And currently I have 54 pieces. That's including the two dresses I lent to my friend, and also these two pieces. These are not part of my normal wardrobe strategy whatsoever, which is why I didn't mention it along the way, but I do own them and I am getting used to them. What happened? Well, I ordered this color first, thought it was like a beige. I ordered my new set in the correct color, went to return the pinky color, and they just told me to keep it. So what I'm doing is basically wearing this pink set out before I head on to the white, because the white just works a little bit better for me color-wise. So I'm basically saving that set. I rarely wear the white, and I very frequently wear that like pinky blush color. So that is it. That is my 54-piece wardrobe. A small caveat, I am not including other things that you might find in a typical wardrobe, including accessories, bags, shoes, outer garments. This video would have been way too long, so I just decided to stick to the actual like clothing itself. But don't worry, I have dedicated videos and all the other stuff I just mentioned, and I'll be doing updated videos as my systems, as my formulas update along with me. Okay, I have to pop in here for one last thing. I forgot to mention that there are some things that I just keep standard and consistent throughout my entire wardrobe. Number one, the neckline for my tops, I like either a scoop neck or a crew neck. And then for my bottoms, I like them high rise. So those things do not change no matter what garment it is in my wardrobe. I thought that that was worthy to note. Similar to like my shoes, I only like round-toed shoes. I don't like square, I don't like pointy. So I know what I like, and those are consistent throughout my entire wardrobe. All right, just wanted to interject with that small little consideration. And another factor here. I said color was a factor for almost all of these garments, but the truth is I don't have much of it. Primarily, my wardrobe is like cream and black. I don't like to play around with color as much as I like to play around with proportions. To me, just knowing that I have an outfit that looks good in light and dark, that's like tight on the top, loose on the bottom, or loose on the top and tight on the bottom, that's what I want. Where I do like to play around with color is like kind of my wild card categories, like my dresses. Again, all my bright, fun, colorful dresses are with my friend, but trust me, I do have some, and I intend on getting a few more in the future. And I do come in with a little bit of color in these wardrobe extenders, my matching sets. But if like everything black and white is not your thing, I totally understand and respect that. So does my son. And just, you know, do your own thing with your wardrobe, of course. If you want to have a big, bright, beautiful, colorful wardrobe, by all means, I love that for you. And I bet you it's just absolutely a gorgeous wardrobe. And speaking of customization, just in general, this is not, I repeat, not a one-size-fits-all formula for everyone. There is nothing in this life that could possibly be one-size-fits-all. So I'm not expecting you to watch this video and be like, great, well, I have my new wardrobe formula, here you go, just gonna follow Hannah Ross's. That is not what I want you to get from this video. What I want you to get is potentially, if you're interested in this sort of thing, if you're interested already in a minimalist wardrobe and you're curious about how to make it work for you, maybe take a look at some of my considerations, some of the factors that went into the garments that I have selected. If you are the type of person that never wears capris, understandable by the way, then cut out the entire capri category. If you only wear dresses, have an entire wardrobe of dresses and maybe, you know, suit them for different occasions. If you always wear like button-up blouses, have maybe an entire category for that. And again, maybe you need fully developed work category. Maybe that's a whole extra occasion that you need to add to your list. Like, this is not a one-stop shop. This is simply for some ideas and me telling you what has worked in my closet and has been sustainable for years and years and years. Now, has my formula shifted? Yes, it's even shifted since the inception of this channel, but not too much. I pretty much stick to the same considerations and rules. I almost never shop. I almost never bring new things into my wardrobe. And if I do, it's extremely intentionally. And this is just what works for me, what has worked for me personally for years and years and years. And it has minimized so many headaches, so many hours of my life I've gotten back from having a simplified wardrobe. I am so grateful for coming up with this formula, and I could not help but to share it with you all, just in case it helps one person, because I know how emotional this can be. I know how emotional a closet can be. For instance, I am not someone who typically fluctuated with their weight in the past. Well, guess what? I'm having major weight fluctuations right now, and it can be difficult and challenging and emotional, and this isn't easy, but for me, this is just what works. And I sincerely hope that you enjoyed following along with me to see, you know, the considerations behind my minimalist wardrobe, because it's nice to say like, oh yeah, these are the 50 pieces that I own, but that's not enough for me. That I would have 100, 200 pieces. There are so many cute clothes in the world. There's so many things that like look nice. And I just for me personally, I need structure at this point in my life to prevent my closet from growing too much and therefore not becoming intentional. This is just the system that is working for me currently at this stage in my life. So if you happen to like this video, then feel free to give it a like. If you like the content that I'm producing on this channel in general, then definitely consider subscribing. It would truly mean the world to me. All right, well, thanks for being here, and I hope to catch you in my next minimalism video. Bye for now, everyone. Bye.